Hi, I am Janica Michelo. This is my presentation about utilitarianism. Utilitarianism is an ethical theory founded by Jeremy Bentham and developed popularized by John Stuart Mill. As the term suggests, utilitarianism is founded on the principle of utility, which adheres to the belief that an act is good or immorally right if it promotes happiness, and bad or immoral if it tends to produce pain. The key of utilitarianism is the principle of happiness. Hence again, in utilitarianism, an act is good or morally right if it produces to the greatest happiness and to the greatest number of people, and bad or immoral if it produces more harm or pain than benefits of happiness to the greatest number of people. This explains why a utilitarian would not care whether an action is done out of deception, lie, or manipulation as long as it produces maximum benefits to many people. For example, the act condemning a terrorist death is morally right for the utilitarian because this action produces equal benefits or greatest happiness to the greatest number of people concerned. Let us take the famous case of Robin Hood. It's another example as well known. Robin Hood steals property for wealthy people and gives them to the poor for vantage point of Christian ethics. Robin Hood act is immoral because it deprived the wealthy people of the right that due them. However, from the vantage point of utilitarianism, Robin Hood's act is morally good because it produces maximum benefits that is greatest happiness to the majority of the people. Now, let us discuss Jeremy Bentham's model of utilitarianism. And let's start by asking question, how does Bentham aid happiness? For Bentham, happiness is simply the absence of pain. And so Bentham introduced the philosophic calculus to measure the degree of happiness or pleasure that a specific action may produce. The philosophic calculus is also called utility calculus or hedonistic calculus. It includes intensity, duration, certainty, propinquity, fecundity, purity, and extent. And so for Bentham, the intense, the pleasure, the better. The longer it lasts, the better. The more certain that it will happen, the better. The closer that it will occur, the better. The greater the possibility that it will be followed by another pleasure, the better. The purer the pleasure, the better. And the greater the number of people that it benefits, the better. The formula of Bentham's philosophic calculus goes like this. Happiness less pain equals balance. For Bentham, the balance is the basic of morality of an action. In other words, for Bentham, if the balance is in favor of happiness, then the act is morally right. If the balance is in the favor of pain, then the act is morally wrong. Now, how do we do this? Well, Bentham said that sum up all the pleasure and pains produced by the action. If the balance is in the favor of bliss, then the act is morally right. If the balance is in the favor of pain, then the act is morally wrong. Now, let us proceed John Stuart Mill's model of utilitarianism. It is important to know that Mill disagrees with Bentham. Mill accused that we cannot calculate the amount of pleasure or pain that an act produces. That's for Mill. The philosophic calculus cannot be basic of morality, but the majority of the people that attains happiness. That's the famous utilitarianism. An act is morally right if it produces greatest number of people, and it's morally wrong if it produces more pain than pleasure to the greatest number of people concerned. As we can see, utilitarianism considered qualitative since the philosopher emphasizes intellectual pleasure than sensual pleasure. This famous saying goes, "It is better to be Socrates dissatisfied than a pig satisfied." We also have what we call the act utilitarianism. Act utilitarianism hold that the utilitarianism principle should be applied to a particular act in a particular situation or circumstance it takes into account the possible result of each act. Hence, as the name suggests in act utilitarianism, the basic of morality of an action is the act itself. Hence, in action utilitarianism, we should perform those actions that produce greatest happiness to the greatest number of people concerned. Now, there is also what we call as rule utilitarianism. Rule utilitarianism, on the other hand, holds that the principle at issue should be used to test moral rules, and then such niceties can be utilized in judging what is right and wrong under the circumstance. Here we consider the possible result in light of the rules. Thus, in the rule utilitarianism, an act is morally right if it conforms to a justified moral rule, and of course, we know that moral rules are justified if such rules produce greatest happiness to the greatest number of people concerned. Let us take again as an example the act of condemning a terrorist to death. And so an act utilitarian would ask the question, what possible good or evil result from this act? If the majority of the people are benefited by the act itself, then it is moral. A rule utilitarian, on the other hand, would ask whether there is a rule or law that condemns terrorists to death, and whether this rule was formulated based on the utility principle. If it is the case, then it may be morally right to sentence the terrorist death. That is for now. Thank you for watching.